Well, springtime is just about here. Whoop. There's that little hairy bittercress right there. Let me get rid of him. Look at that seed head right there on that thing. Let's see if I can get him out. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Had to throw him in the trash can. Yep. There's another one. Let's see if we can get that here. Get him. Come on, baby. Come on out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, look at that nasty rascal. Whoop, whoop. Hate that stuff. So I've been busy working on Academy, and I got a job and family and all that. And I just ain't had a lot of time to mess in my yard. I mean, gosh, look at this. I haven't even removed the yuck from the Stella d'Oro. Look at that. Good day in the morning, boy, I'm behind. Usually that stuff right there is gone. Well, I got to get my yard in shape, because you know how I am about this thing. I like a nice yard. You can see right here where we done the irrigation work. I got grass coming up, weeds coming up in the beds. I didn't even do pine needles last year because I knew I was going to put my irrigation system in. So I got a lot of work to do in the beds, get them ready for pine needles. And I'm gonna do a little bit of that today. Liriope, some folks call it monkey grass. I gotta cut that down. My edges have kind of lost its, I'm not going to say definition, because they still have pretty good definition, but they've lost that crisp edge that I like. Now, of course, I get that by edging my beds every other week. But from the construction, you can see I've kind of lost that little bit of a groove here. So I've got an Echo bed redefiner that we use for work. And I'm going to use that and kind of cut my little crisp line back in here before we do our pine needles. Got to cut my Liriope down. Got a cool trick for that I'll show you. And another thing is these dang leaves. Gosh, it's just yucky looking. So I need to clean up. So I'm going to cut this Liriope down. And then I'm going to blow these little bit of leaves out and get those over into bed so I can cover them up with pine needles. Still got a ditch to fill in over here before I can put pine needles down. Got to remove all the dead from around the Stella. And heck, look at the grass, man. Look at how good that stuff's growing. We're not even out of February yet. Look at it. So heck, I may even have to mow this joker. I mean, it's just getting kind of deep. Now, there's several different ways that you can take your Liriope back down, because this is a kind of an example of a perennial type plant. You'll cut it back and it'll kind of it'll shoot new growth out and look a lot better than this. You can see it's got some dieback and stuff from the winter, and it's just nasty. So the way you revive this stuff is you cut it down. Now, we like to cut ours around 3.5 to 4 inches. I don't like skinning it to the ground. I feel like it stresses it out. So you can take your hedge trimmers, come in here and trim it back. You could take scissors and cut it back, or you could use a lawnmower and do it. Now, of course, some of these younger plants like this one, where my mower blades won't reach it, I'll just grab that up and take a knife and cut it. And obviously, you're gonna be left with a little bit of mess when you do it with a mower. That's completely fine. I don't mind cleaning it up. So I've got just a few around that corner right there that my bigger machine can't get. You can see how nice and crisp and clean that leaves that. That'll pop right back out in the, as it warms up a little bit. And of course I've got some crap to clean up, and there's an old dead piece of Liriope right there. I got a smaller mower, my little X-Mark 30 I'm gonna use for that. Got another little project, and of course I'm not gonna bore you with that today, but this clump of Liriope here, I just don't like the way it looks clumped. So I'm gonna cut it down, then dig all this up and reorganize it and make me a nice little line that kind of meets up with that over there, just to kind of give the yard a little more appeal, because I don't have anything here whatsoever. So we'll do that in another video. You know, I got my Liriope cut down now, and I still got a little leaves. You can't see them, but they're kind of a little bit here and there matted down in there. They're kind of tucked up under the bushes and stuff like that, and around the edges where they built up through the winter. And I just want to get them gone, get them off the yard. And of course, I'm not going to mow today, and I'm not going to bag them or chop them up. I just want the yard clean. So my only option I got is I'm going to just blow them right quick, get the yard kind of cleaned up. You know, the wind was blowing pretty good a minute ago, and it's gonna quit. Be a good time for a hurricane to roll through right now. Look at that. What's that? It's called a hurricane. Also been getting asked a lot of questions about mowing, and I know you folks that are on the Academy program, hey, you're on a high-end lawn care program. So hey, that fescue's gonna kick in gear. If it needs mowing, go ahead and mow it. Don't put it off. Don't let the grass plant get so tall that you have to cut so much off of it. Now I'm probably gonna cut my grass here in the next day or so. It's about ready, and I'll do a detailed video on my approach to mowing the first mow of the year, because the first mow I think is a pretty important mow, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. Hey, get the dirt right. Check you later.